Here at Bellwood Farms on a Sunday, Father's Day, and we're filming all these beautiful cars here, talking to everybody because we are enthusiastic about collecting cars, having as many cars in our garages, or maybe just one, but they're important to us. My name is Leo Shoemaker for Adventures with Leo Shoemaker. It's a good day. We're talking to Eric Abel about this wonderful place, Bellwood Farms. How long has it been here?
Been here 25 years. We've been raising apples for about 25 years now.
Is it your family?
The Abel family, yes.
And what, did you work the fields and all that yourself?
No, but we learned it from the old farmer that had it before. Yeah. And
wow.
We have our orchard here in Lynden, and then we also have another orchard in Ferndale.
We're at in Ferndale.
It's at Hartzell Enterprise.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
you have a lot of events here. You have food here, you have cider, you have corn, and not corn, other stuff here.
Yeah, during the falls when we really get hopping, we have a pumpkin patch and a corn maze. It's really fun for the families to come out and do that. And then we have You Pick Apples, where you can pick your own apples. And mostly we sell our apples to local stores like Hagen and the food co-ops. Honeycrisp is our premium quality fruit that we love so much. But we have 21 varieties, and yeah, we sell them to local stores, and then you can come here during the fall and yeah, pick your own.
That's amazing. And today we're having a car show.
We are having a car show. Yeah, we're expecting about 200 cars in association with the Gearheads Car Club here in Whatcom County. And it's just a great venue here at Bellwood Farms. Open fields, bring your family, and it's just a great environment.
For Father's Day too.
Father's Day.
Is there a Facebook page we can go to, or a website?
Yes, you can go to bellwoodfarms.com to learn all about all the exciting things happening here. Also an Instagram page and Facebook page, and it's at Bellwood Farms.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I guess it's gonna make it. What year is your car?
It's a 1927.
What kind of engine?
It's a 488 cubic inch.
That's big. And what's your full name?
Amarando Phil. Amarando.
Amarando, it's a beautiful car. I love the color.
Yeah, it's totally different from what it used to be. And, yeah. Well, thank you for filming it.
Thank you. We're talking to Britt Crabtree about his car and his trailer. Tell us more.
Well, it's a 2005 Chevrolet SSR. They made them for 4 years, 03, 04, 05, and 06. And they made less than 25,000 of them in those 4 years.
How many times do people stop you and say, I love your truck?
I quit counting.
And it says berry fun on it.
Yeah, yes, we had a raspberry farm. We're retired raspberry growers, and this is our farm write-off because it's a pickup.
How smart is that? And you also have a great fire truck in the back, which I've filmed before.
Yes.
The grandkids fire truck, right? That's what we called it. You got a Dalmatian in the front seat,
Yes.
although he's kind of tired.
Yes, right now he's still recuperating from the ride down here.
So where'd you come down from?
Lynden.
Tell us about the trailer.
That's a 2006 teardrop trailer that we actually use. I was in the RV industry most of my working career, so we enjoy RVing, and just the right length to tow behind this thing.
Now, it's a pickup truck. Not much of a bed though.
Nope.
And I never think to myself, I'm going to use this as a work truck.
Oh no.
But you did. How big of a bed is it?
Well, it's about a 3x4. Just about the same size as the pickup bed in that one.
So you can haul your model trucks you have on there in the back.
That's about it.
Are you a member of the Gearheads?
No, I am not.
Well, maybe time.
Who knows?
All right, Brett. Well, thanks so much. It's good seeing you again.
Thank you.
We're talking to Scott Calkins about this beautiful day and all the cars here. Isn't it fun?
It is absolutely terrific. We've got a great day for a car show. We're probably setting on 200 cars right now, and it's 8:35. So we're still trying to pack them in, but we've got a beautiful day, a beautiful bunch of cars, as you can see here. And the Gearheads welcome everybody. The one thing about our club is we try not to pin it down to just Corvettes or just hot rods or any classic car. Anybody that's got a nice car that they're proud of, we're glad to have them as members.
Yep.
And we've been around about 10 years. Everything we do at this car show, after our expenses, we donate back to organizations in the county. Vietnam Vets, the Humane Society, and the Food Bank are three. We've donated to other organizations around the county too throughout the years. 501(c), I think that's about what it's called. Non-profit, and everything we make we give back to the community. A bunch of great guys with great cars. We just would like to see younger people that like cars to join us and become a part of our club.
So you have how many members?
We've got about 70 members right at this point in time, which actually the 70 members represent about 200 cars. So
Now what kind of car do you have?
I've got a 1958 Impala. The first
Is that one over there?
It's a turquoise Impala.
I love that color.
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
About 10 years.
Uh-huh.
About 10 years. We looked for a 58 Impala for probably 30 years. And a local guy here in the county had a black one, and my wife, who is as much a car buff as I am, every year she asked if he'd sell his car, and finally he said, I'm not going to sell this one, but I have another one I don't think I'll finish. And so I ended up buying it about 10 years ago, and she's our baby. And probably ours will be buried in her, I would imagine. But it's the first year and the only year of that body style for the Impala, so it's pretty rare.
And I'll take some pictures of it a little later on, Scott.
Thank you.
Is there a website?
Yes, gearheadswc.com.
A Facebook page?
And we don't do a Facebook page.
Okay.
But our website has been actively put together, and we're keeping it up to date with current information. We'll probably have this car show on that website. And if you're a member, there's a members only section that actually gets into additional information about the club. But there's a lot of good information on the front page, and we change it constantly. We don't do monthly meetings. We kind of are a bunch of guys that have been in car clubs before and said we're tired of that. So we just kind of do is monthly. We do car shows, we do garage tours, and we might even go for cruises. A lot of times we'll take a cruise with our cars, end up down in Anacortes or Mount Vernon or someplace, and just go out and have dinner. So
It sounds great, Scott.
it's kind of a no-hassle club.
A great Father's Day. No hassles,
Beautiful.
just fun, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you very much for being here, okay?
Bye-bye, Scott.
Come see our show.
Talking to Orlin and Carol
Yes,
about their beautiful 1955 T-Bird, correct?
yes.
Beautiful upholstery.
Beautiful post.
Seafoam, is it?
Seafoam green.
Wow. And it's 3 different colors, right?
3 colored, yeah.
Inside.
Okay, you have the seafoam, you have the white, and
And the darker green.
how long have you guys had the car?
Probably 6 or 7 years, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Probably
I don't know for sure.
7 or 8 years.
What made you want to buy a T-Bird?
Oh, she's always wanted one of those.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of work to maintain?
Not really. We don't drive it much. Just go to car shows and stuff. And if you drove it a lot, yeah, it would be. They're not like modern cars. You got to do a lot to them. It has solid lifters, for instance, which means you have to adjust the lifters, which I have to pay somebody to do because I don't do it. You know.
Caps on this.
That's the original ones.
Wow.
Pretty much the same as a 55 Ford.
Is it? I didn't know that. Okay.
They upgraded 55 Ford, you know.
It looks short, but it's not, is it?
It's the same as the 57s, actually.
Yeah, see, they're real close to
Real
the
close
same.
to the same size.
Well, thanks so much. Enjoy the beautiful Father's Day, right?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Talking to Dennis Farrigan here about his beautiful Corvette. What year is it?
1965.
Now, was it unsafe at any speed? So you have a beautiful engine in the car. What do you got?
It's a Cadillac North Star with a couple of turbos on it.
What made you think of doing that? Because you did it, right?
Yes, did it all. Well, it took a couple of years to build and another year just to tune it.
And you had a problem with the camshaft.
Yes, I did.
Well, tell people what camshaft problems are.
I had some camshafts ground by a cam grinder down in Tacoma, and we couldn't tune it. We couldn't tune it. We were trying, and we finally put a degree wheel on it and found out that the camshaft was had 79 degrees of overlap, and it's amazing that it even ran. But so I put stock cams in it, and now it runs great.
You did a lot of body work.
Yeah, the only part of this body that hasn't been modified is the cowl vent.
Yeah. Yeah, the bumpers, everything.
Bumpers have been narrowed, and all the drip rails have been removed.
Since I did that, would call me and want to know if I want to buy new models.
And how many? Go ahead.
They built this whole back end here. This is all new aluminum.
Just what you need to be is broken
Uh-huh.
for the next 2 years.
And
When they were taking my contact info, we were doing that.
had to build a new subframe to support the engine. Built a new subframe to support the front suspension.
How heavy is the engine?
The engine in transmission is probably somewhere around about 600 pounds together.
And a Corvair is a pretty light car anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 3,300 pounds of the whole car.
So when you took it apart, you saw a lot of a Corvair that most people don't see. Is it a good car?
Well, it's a unibody, and it was one of the first, one of the first unibodies that came around, and Ralph Nader got involved in it and said that they were unsafe at any speed, but
Didn't he retract that statement?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And you have another project coming up.
I do. It's a 53 Studebaker with a V12 Jaguar.
That's going to be an amazing car. I want to see that, Dennis, when it comes up.
Yeah, you probably will.
All right, good. Well, thank you, Dennis.
You betcha. Thank you.
We're talking to Andy Ochoa about this beautiful cab-over engine truck. When did you first get it, Andy?
In 2007.
Why did you get it?
I have been going to Reno Hot Dog is Nice for 20 years, some years, and over the years they started showing up in Reno, in different configurations, truck haulers, and so I started thinking about it in 2005. So then in 2006 I proceeded. I knew where the truck was sitting in Eastern Washington, 2-ton flatbed truck. So that was the start of the project.
How long did it take you then altogether? How many years?
2 years.
Uh-huh.
Started in 07 and finished it in 09.
Do you do it yourself?
No.
Uh-huh.
I do disassembly and assembly.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So what's the engine in it, Andy?
It's a ZZ350.
Uh-huh. I know a lot of people probably stop you and say, what kind of car is that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. But a lot of people have never seen it.
I haven't until I saw yours the first time.
Yeah.
And what color is it?
Candy apple red.
It's a beautiful candy apple red. How many coats?
5.
And you have a little model right there.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, in 2015, I went to Barry Jackson in Scottsdale, and I went to the guy that sells model cars and trucks and stuff, and I walked over there to the guy. I was going to ask him if he had something like this, you know. And I was just about to ask him, and on top of the table, there it was. I could not believe it.
Wow. Yeah.
I did not build the truck from this model. This model is my truck. So they started in 2015. I did not even know that it was being produced. And like I said, I found it by accident. And then I looked on the internet because I wanted to buy more than one. And there it is. So I bought five models, and I gave each the people that worked on my truck, I gave them each one model, you know. And then 2 weeks later, I got to thinking about it, and I went to Walmart, and I went in there looking at the models, and there it was again. But now, every time I go to Walmart, I go to see because they're producing it in different colors. Same truck, different colors. So yeah, they even built one called the Barn Find.
And that one is what color?
It's blotchy blue with rust and stuff. Same truck.
I'll be darned. I have to go to Walmart.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Every time I go to Walmart, I go in there. And they also start building the next size model, smaller than this, another model.
So how many years did they make the cab over engines?
Oh, well, it's been forever, since 1940.
Well, thanks, Andy. Thanks for bringing it over.
I'm glad you were here.
We're talking to my friend Walt Johnson. Now, Walt, you have a beautiful car.
Thank you.
A 1960, right?
1960 Thunderbird. I've had it for 30 years this year. It's an unrestored car, and it's always been my dream car. I went in the Navy in 1960, and I always wanted the 1960 T-Bird. And I got this one 30 years ago, and it's a maintained original, no restoration on it.
Is it white on white, or is it a cream color? Or?
No, it's all white with the blue interior.
And beautiful white walls.
Yeah.
That catches my eye every time I see you driving around, the white walls.
These are the Diamondback whites. And they have a layer between the black and the white wall so that they never turn yellow like some of the whites.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Kind of interesting.
And what kind of motor do you have in it?
It's got a 352. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
A Walt 352 Ford.
Yeah, 352 FE engine, 300 horsepower. It's factory stock, but I have got a chrome dress-up kit on it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I've always liked the way the T-Bird's, the hood opens up a different direction.
Yeah. As you can see, you can actually unbolt the transmission right from here.
You can, I can see it. How often do you work on it, Walt?
I wax it at least once a week. And I mean, that's my hobby. And as far as maintenance, I'm working on it, you know, all the time.
Are you? Does it need a lot of work?
No, it's mostly fun stuff for me. That's what I do. That's what I do for exercise.
And what a good exercise it is.
Instead of people bending over and stuff, you know, in the living room, I get out here and do it waxing.
Well, Walt's a beautiful car. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Leo.
We're talking to Robert and Elle about their beautiful cars and what they're doing to them. You guys are wiping them down and wiping them down. We all do that, don't we?
Yeah, everybody does.
And they're good-looking cars.
So fast.
So what do you use?
I've got CMX. I actually was trying to find some 303, a different type of nano that they have, but I couldn't. But this stuff really works pretty good. I'm impressed with it.
CMX. And what kind of towels do you use? Because the towels are important too.
Well, these are just cost cutter or Costco towels. I'm not real crazy about them.
Microfiber.
Are they?
Yeah, they work real good. They don't scratch.
Good, good. I like that. Now tell me about your car.
Well, it's a 71 Super Sport Tribute with a 496 in it. Oops.
A 496? That's awfully big. Wow, how many horsepower?
I think it's 440, not a whole lot.
And what races now?
Well, I was going to ask, are they?
So much.
Yeah, we really enjoy going down there.
We went down to Oregon 3 weeks ago to Woodburn. They had grudge racing. So it's just an amateur night on a Thursday.
Those are the best, aren't they?
Oh,
We had a lot of
it
fun.
was fantastic.
It was such a
Because I can't have a top fuel. I can't have a funny car.
Yeah,
or
and
a
you
pro
can take
stock.
anything. You can take, you know, you can take your personal car that you just take to work every day just to see what it'll do down there.
That's the best. That's the way
it was fun.
drag racing used to be.
It was fun.
So do you take yours for a ride, Al?
What's
Do you
that?
take yours down to the drag strip and run it also?
Yeah, we both trailered our cars down there to Woodburn, and it was a lot of fun. But it was the first time I'd ever gone drag racing, so it was kind of just to see how fast I can go. And now I can buy some parts and see if I can make it faster. That's what it was all about.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
And what do you think you need?
Oh, rear end stuff, because I have highway gears in it, so it's good on the freeway, but it's not good. It sounds great and it looks good, but it's not real fast. So now if I change the gearing in the rear, and it doesn't have a posi either, so I'm just spinning one tire. So get better traction and different gears, and I'll be able to go a little faster on the quarter mile.
What about tires?
Well, see, he runs slicks on his, and I just run regular radials on mine. So that might be something that I might want to do too someday.
And do you guys do grudge races together?
We tried
did,
to
it was
do,
fun.
yeah. Oh, he was blowing me away. His car is so loud too. He opens up his exhaust, and when the tree lights green, all I can hear is his car just blowing past me. It's fun though. I had just a blast. It was a good
Yeah,
time.
we had really
That's
good
great.
times.
Well, thanks, you guys. We'll see you at the raceway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We're talking to Jack about the Corvettes here.
Yes,
And
gorgeous
this-
morning.
And this blue one's yours.
It is. It's a 1965. All original, number matching, totally stock, completely restored about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it up about 2 years ago from a car member here from a car show. I was showing a 1959 Corvette that I had restored, owned for almost 30 years, and I said to Brad, let's trade cars. So we traded cars.
Honest to God?
Yes.
Whoa!
So
that's a great story, Jack.
I have this car, he has my car. I started showing my other car like in 1989.
Wow.
Yes, I bought it for $400 and spent 8 years restoring it.
That's a long time.
That was a long time, but I was an amateur, and then I won numerous shows. Getting a little bit tired of it. I'd had a hip replaced and couldn't work the clutch very well, and just had an automatic. My wife drives it, or she's driven it.
Yeah.
Which she did in the other car, and so it's just a pleasure to drive.
And what's the color?
This is Nassau Blue
I love the color.
with matching Nassau Blue leather interior.
And you remember the Pharaohs?
Pharaoh's out of Anacortes.
And how many cars are in the Pharaohs?
Around 150.
That's a lot.
But it's a kind of a quiet club, no president, no shows, just a group of people who like cars, and it's really sponsored by a fellow who runs a shop down there, Corvette Alley.
Where?
In Anacortes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, there you go.
I'll have to go down.
Dave, I should mention his last name, but Dave, Corvette Alley. The mechanic for all his years specializing in Corvettes.
Now you're talking as an amateur mechanic.
Yes.
How frustrating is it?
Back in the day, I bought a car that was totally disassembled. It took years to find parts. Years to find parts. This beautiful 61 here, these fender spears, they're not reproduced. At that time, so you had to find original ones. I finally found them down at the Portland swap meet.
Wow.
So parts were hard to find. Like I say, I kind of pieced my car together, but this one is, again, all number matching, all original. And so that's what collectors are looking for.
I love the headlights on this Corvette that come up.
Yes.
It's
Unless
wonderful.
you have to change the motors.
Oh, you found that out, huh?
Yes.
So what'd you have to do?
Send it out to my friend Dave at Corvette Alley. I mean, I read about it. You take out the radiator, you take this out. He says, you know what? I can stake my hand in there, and I can do it for you at $900 for a pair of motors. I said, yeah, you do that for me. So, yeah, but it's fun. You get out. I've seen 2 old friends already I haven't seen in years. I ran into Brad, the guy I traded cars with, and what are you driving today, Brad? Well, I've got a different car.
Oh, what's he got?
Oh, he's got this newer Corvette parked here.
I'll have to talk to him.
Yes.
I'll tell him you sent me, Jack.
Yes. Well, I won't mention last names, but Brad. He's, I think this car was his 115th Corvette.
Wow.
He just, and so when he got my car, I knew he wouldn't keep it long.
Yeah.
And he kept it a month or 2.
Yeah.
And then sold it to someone out of Sandy Point. I haven't seen it. Well, then COVID hit and no one's been out.
The thing about a car, though, when you have a car and it's special to you, you don't want to get rid of it, or if you do, you go, I wish I hadn't.
And you know, my old 59 Corvette, when I told my wife I was thinking of trading it, she said, you have to call your daughter and get her permission. My daughter's 54 years old. She's probably 52 at the time. She said, you have pictures of her block sanding the side of the car with you when she was 14, 15 years old. She helps you build this car. I said, I'll call her and get her permission.
And what did she say?
I'm only 70, but you know.
And what did she say?
Sure, Dad. Go
ahead.
Yeah.
That's great. What's her name?
Darcy.
Well, Jack, thanks so much.
You betcha. Thank you.
Tell us about the engine.
Engine, it's a 300 horsepower 327. It was rebuilt about 20 years ago. And, well, they upgraded and put a 350 horsepower camshaft in it. It's got 202 heads with hardened valve seats, so it'll take modern fuel. And they put electronic ignition in it. So it's got some of the modern updates for today's engines. So you're not tuning it all the time, and you can run unleaded fuel if you chose to. I happen to run the ethanol-free fuel because it's a little easier on the old carburetors and things like that. And it doesn't get run a lot, so it's a little more, but I'm worth it.
You are.
Yeah, and it runs like a dream. Runs like a dream.
It looks beautiful. It really does. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. You bet.
Here's some of the Corvettes that are here. Including Jack's. Red one, yellow one, burgundy, red, gunmetal looks like. Beautiful day for a car show. Tom, you've got a beautiful Corvette here. What is it?
It's a 2020 3LT Corvette.
How long have you had it?
I've got it December 1st.
And what do you think about it?
I loved it.
It's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
So what kind of engine do you have in it?
It's a 6.7 liter. It has 495 horse.
Wow, that's a lot of power. How fast have you gone in it, Tom?
158.
Can I ask you where?
It was between Ferndale and Lynden Bay Road.
Wow. So now I know where to go. So tell me about the car. What's the options on it? What's the added features? What do you like about it?
Well, I got the extra carbon fiber side skirts, and I got the high wing in the back. I got the carbon fiber engine package. I got the 14 Bose speaker system in it.
Whoa.
I got carbon fiber on the inside. I got it pretty much loaded, and if it didn't come with it, I ordered it from the factory.
Have you always had Corvettes?
No, this was my first one. I've always wanted a Corvette since I was like 11 years old, and I had a cousin that had a Corvette. And I was like, you know what, someday I'm gonna have me a Corvette. And I just kept waiting and waiting, and they kept coming out with new styles and new styles. And then I saw this one, and I'm like, oh, that's it. And so I was like, so I bought it.
Have you had other hot rods in the past?
No, I had a Mustang, but it wasn't really a hot rod.
This is a hot rod.
It definitely gets up and goes. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.8, 2.7 seconds.
So you step on it and you're there.
Yeah.
And how often do you drive?
And Dave and I here, we were getting on the highway one day, and I was like, I don't know, 120, and he goes, dude, we got this a long on-ramp, go. So like before we got on the highway, we were at 138.
Wow. Do you drive it every day?
No, I have, right now I have about 3,400 miles on it. So, and it's what, 7 months old?
It's beautiful, Tom. It's beautiful. And you have a little model of your car there.
I did. You know, if you ordered a 2020 Corvette, they'll send you these little models with your VIN number and stuff on it, just to put on your mantle or whatever.
Awesome.
And I don't think they're doing it with the 2021s or any of the ones, but this one took me like 3 or 4 months to get.
And could I ask you how much you paid for it?
Well, I paid a little bit more, but the sticker said 93,000, but with tax and everything and the extras I got on it, it came to about 125.
Beautiful, Tom. Beautiful. I look forward to seeing you on the freeway.
All right, thanks. Good talking to you.
So Colin, this is a beautiful car.
Thank you very much.
1911.
1911.
Wow.
It's even older than I am.
So when did you first get the car?
About 6 years ago.
Why?
Because we were changing from a boating deal and needed something else to occupy our time, and this fell into our lap.
And has it been a time?
It's been really an enjoyable time. We enjoy her, which I call multitude, which is my little wife. We enjoy the tours that we get. Most of all, we enjoy the people.
And they all come over and say hi to you, don't they? And they say, what kind of car is it? And all that.
Another enjoyment too is seeing that the people, we're getting pleasure to other people, seeing her and the questions that they ask.
Now, do you have an electric starter?
Yes, we do.
Okay, because I was looking at that going, oh, that's going to be hard.
We have the electric starter because of the motor.
And how often do you drive it?
Pardon me?
Is that a radio head on it?
Yeah, no, it's a roof.
A what?
A roof.
A roof?
And how often do you drive it?
As much as we can.
Good, good.
As much as you can. We put well over 10,000 miles.
It's a beautiful day for it, isn't it?
This is gorgeous. Any day is a good day to go out.
It's true. So what about the headlights? You know, I look at them and I go, that's really old-fashioned. Are they gas?
These are the gas, and these are the LED. Give a little bit more of a light, but they still don't give too much light. We do day driving mostly. And this is my husband, and he is my chief mechanic, chauffeur, and cross polisher.
And your name?
Joe.
Joe. Well, Joe, you've done a fine job.
Thank you.
So, Colin, tell me the name of the car again.
Mon Petit Blanc.
Which means?
My little white.
Aw, I love it. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you so much, and enjoy your day, too.
It's a beautiful day.